discuss more on this, we are joined in by our senior political affairs editor Karthikeya Sharma, who's joining us live from New Delhi now. Now, Karthikeya, this is interesting. Now, in the past, we've seen bickering that takes place after a terror attack, but this time round, the opposition has also said that, look, there will be no politics over Pulwama and the nation will speak with one voice because the objective of the terrorists is to divide the nation, and that is not going to happen.
I think there has been a culture of general unanimity when it comes to episodes like that. For example, when Kargil took place, the opposition stood behind Atal Bihari Vajpayee, or when the war for Bangladesh took place, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, then as one of the middle-level leaders in parliament, and other leaders from opposition parties supported Indira Gandhi. So I think this is not a new normal. This is part of our parliamentary culture. But it's heartening to know that at the time of crisis like this, at least political class has decided to support the government. Now the larger issue is how does or how will this government respond to this? Because it is very easy to say that, you know, we'll go for a limited strike or a strike. Because when you say limited strike, Pakistan says that it'll be a full-blown affair. So those are, you know, those are military issues. But then since it becomes so politically consumed, one will have to see what sort of action is taken. You know, but Karthikeya, India will have to now hit Pakistan where it hurts it. Now, the fact of the matter is, we've been saying that we want to isolate Pakistan on an international stage, but we still maintain full diplomatic relationship with Pakistan. Why do we not downgrade our diplomatic relationship with them? See, there are ways of dealing with things. I'll give you an example. When 26/11 took place, there was tremendous pressure on Manmohan Singh to wage a full-fledged war on Pakistan. Manmohan Singh did not wage a full-fledged war on Pakistan. They diplomatically isolated Pakistan. They made Pakistan an untouchable state. Pakistan's economy suffered. They did not escalate into a military action. Now, the popular discourse in India is that should we go for a military action? I think India should go for an action which makes it economically unviable for Pakistan to attack us. Direct military actions escalate. Other leaders or other countries also participate. With China definitely backing Pakistan, it's a different ball game. And this is not 1999. This is 2019, where China is asserting itself. In 1999, China was not asserting itself. Not a single noise was made by China at that point of time. Only Americans were intervening. So the geopolitics of India, or geopolitical reality for India, has also changed. You know, but the fact of the matter is, I think you've made a fair point that, you know, military action at this point of time, if it has to be taken, has to be done so in a very considered manner, because even a surgical strike, the element of surprise is no longer there, because Pakistan now expects India to react. But the fact of the matter, Karthikeya, is that over the last several years, I mean, this was one of the attacks that took place earlier. There was Uri, there was Pathankot, there was Nagrota, there was the Mumbai attacks that took place. But every time India has tried to, you know, deal with this in a very conciliatory manner, it has given evidence and more of evidence to Pakistan. There was what was described as dossier bombing by India at a time when Pakistan was sending terrorists across. Do you think India should resort to something like that, or should there be a change in India's strategy when it comes to dealing with Pakistan? I think when we talk about options, you know, there are multiple options which any country can exercise. Dr. Manmohan Singh came back to power in 2009. He exercised multiple other options. He diplomatically isolated Pakistan. And we are getting live visuals of wreath laying. These are being beamed directly from J&K Saleh. Right. Absolutely indeed. Now, these are the visuals of the 37 Jawans who lost their lives yesterday. Their bodies are being brought back. Now, despite the best efforts that have in fact been taken by the Indian administration, it was said to be a lapse in intelligence yesterday that an attack of this nature was allowed to be carried out. It was in an SUV that was laden with explosives that this terrorist, young terrorist by name Adil Ahmed Dar, who took that SUV and then rammed it into a truck which was a part of a convoy that was transporting about 2,500 of our CRPF security personnel. 37 of our CRPF security personnel lost their lives. There are several others who are set to be injured, and the death toll could go up. But the Prime Minister has made it abundantly clear that the sacrifice of the Jawans will not go in vain, and that the perpetrators of this attack will be made to pay. But Karthikeya, if I can bring you back on this,
Now, the fact of the matter is, when Imran Khan came in, there was hope. He had said that he wants to usher in a new Pakistan, a Naya Pakistan is what he described. But the fact of the matter is, the non-state actors, this is what Pakistan wants to call them, such as Hafiz Saeed, such as Masood Azhar. These people continue to not just operate but thrive in Pakistan. And realistically, despite the best efforts that India has put in, this is the image that we still continue to see on our screens.
Absolutely. But the word which you used was answer, or the word which you used was what will be our action. There are military actions, there are non-military actions, there are diplomatic actions, there are civilian actions, there are economic actions. So India can actually utilize multiple options on table. It is very easy. It's like a retort. We'll teach them a lesson. You don't teach people lessons like that. There is limit to teaching other countries a lesson. Even America, for an Abbottabad raid where they killed Osama bin Laden, it took them months and months and years. So,
right.
And that too with the power which the United States of America exercises all over the world.
Can India do what America did in Abbottabad to take out Osama bin Laden?
One should be pragmatic about your own military outreach. One should be pragmatic about what you can do, what you cannot do. What is not done is that to create bigger and fatter realities for large Indians when you know that there is limit to your own action.
I think that is a very valid point there. But, I was just talking to Brahma Chalani a little while back, and he made a pertinent point. And his argument was that if India still continues to run its diplomatic relations with Pakistan as if everything is normal, then other nations are not going to isolate Pakistan. We've only stopped playing cricket with them, but we still continue to carry on with our diplomacy as if it was just a normal everyday affair.
My understanding is very simple. You can close your missions in Pakistan. We can close their mission in India. Our mission in Islamabad can get closed. But will that mean that there will be no insurgency? Is that a ticket that the terrorists will not stop crossing the border? What will change in J&K? See, we have to realize the elephant. What is the elephant in the room? Elephant in the room is J&K.
Absolutely.
That is the big problem. And it is J&K which needs, intense engagement. J&K is an integral part of India. J&K is not Iraq. We are not an occupying country. There is a line of control. There were proposals to make line of control as like an actual border, but domestic opinions are so riled up because of electoral and political issues that you can't actually conciliate and take a middle ground on this. So J&K for both Pakistani and army in India has become an electoral issue. And that is something which every Kashmiri would say privately and not publicly, because both of them become part of the political discourse. So these are very complex matters of politics and strategy. But to begin with, there are a number of other issues. For example, you have a governor in Kashmir competing with political parties there, giving interviews. So larger issue is not that whether we have a diplomatic mission or not. The larger issue is that the geopolitical reality of Afghanistan has started to affect us. The person who actually assembled that IED 350 kg was someone who honed his skill in Afghanistan. That is the geopolitical reality. That is the fallout. You have Americans talking to Taliban. They are saying good Taliban, bad Taliban. So there is something which India needs to do. India is not a theocratic or a failed state like Pakistan. India is a democratic republic. It has a successful record of elections. We never had coups here. We never had failed states, or we never had large rebellions. Yes, we had a problem. We bombed Aizol, but the issue is India is a mature democracy and an old nation.
And absolutely a mature response is what India will have to, in fact, come up with after this deadly attack that took place in Pulwama. Thank you very much indeed, Karthikeyan Sharma, for joining us on this broadcast. And also, a day after the worst attack in the valley since the militancy, India's Central Reserve Police Force has made it clear that the sacrifice of the 40 personnel will not go in vain. The CRPF has in fact taken to Twitter to send out a message, and they've said, and I quote here, "We will not forget, we will not forgive. We salute our martyrs of Pulwama attack, and we stand with the families of our martyr brothers. This heinous attack will be avenged."